Welcome to Savitha Dental College Lecture Cast in Prosthodontics, Jaw Relation Part 1, Mandibular Movements. The movements of the mandible play an essential role in jaw relation, hence we will be discussing this now. So based on the direction of movement, mandibular movements can be classified as protrusion, lateral protrusion, mouth opening and mouth closing. Protrusive movements can be further classified into rotation and translation, and lateral protrusive movements can also be classified into lateral rotation and lateral translation. So during protrusion, the incisors prevent the mandible from having direct movement. So instead there will be some amount of rotation and then the condyles move forward and the mandible moves forward. That is translation. The amount of rotation is limited to 12 degrees and 22 millimeters of interincisal mouth opening. So the next stop is lateral rotation. Lateral rotation, the condyle is described separately. The direction, or this is actually the side to side movement, and the condyle on the side towards which the mandible is moving is called the working side or the lateral protrusive condyle, and the condyle on the side away on the opposite side would be called the mediotrusive or the non-working condyle. The mediotrusive condyle may also be called as a balancing condyle or orbiting condyle, whereas the working condyle will be called as a rotating condyle because it primarily shows rotation movement. So the orbiting condyle will always move in the forward, downward, inward movement. This is very important. The non-working condyle always moves forward, downward, inward. Whereas the rotating condyle or the working condyle can also move outward and forward, outward and backward, outward and upward, and outward and downward. If the working condyle moves outward and upward, it's called laterosutrusion. If it moves outward and downward, it is laterodetrusion. If it is outward and forward, lateroprotrusion, and outward and backward, it's lateroretrusion. So apart from lateral rotation, the next kind of movement we see in the mandible is a lateral translation, or it's called lateral shift. It's also known as Bennett movement or Bennett shift. So Bennett shift is again three types, namely immediate side shift Bennett, precurrent side shift Bennett, and distributed side shift Bennett. Immediate side shift Bennett means the mandible will shift before it undergoes lateral rotation. So the shift of the mandible is determined by the presence of bony or soft tissue landmarks. In this case, it would be the entoglenoid process, which is the medial wall of the glenoid fossa, and the temporomandibular joint ligament. So in immediate side shift, as I explained, you will see the shift of the mandible and then there is lateral rotation. Whereas in progressive side shift, there would be shift of the mandible and lateral rotation occurring both together. And in precurrent side shift, up to 2/3 of the shift occurs within the first 3 millimeters of lateral rotation of the non-working condyle. We usually measure the Bennett shift in the non-working condyle because the mediotrusive path is much longer and it's easier to record. One more thing you should know about is called a Bennett angle. Bennett angle is not Bennett shift. It is the angle between the non-working condyle and the sagittal plane. This occurs during lateral rotation. So the next set of movements is mouth opening and closing. So during mouth opening, as I previously mentioned, first there is a hinge movement of 12 degrees or 25 millimeters interincisal separation. Then there is translation. And then there is rotation after translation around the lingula of the mandible. While closure also, there is closure around the lingula of the mandible axis, and then there is translation of the condyle, and again there is rotation of the mandible to close back in place. So always opening and closing up happens in 3 steps: rotation, translation, and then rotation after translation, as shown in this figure.